Hi guys, I'm Michael and this is the first video of my channel, Amateur Vintage Electronics. I call it that way because I'm an amateur. I did not study anything in electronics or chemistry or anything related. I'm a regular guy who had one of these machines, a 1968 Macintosh Plus in the cellar. I acquired it some years ago on the flea market actually. And due to boredom in COVID lockdowns and other prevention measures, I just thought, okay, let's work on those. Let's see if we get this machine running and make it look beautiful again. And that's what I'm going to show in this channel. I show you step by step how to take these machines apart, how to work on the accessories, how to make it beautiful again optically, but also working electronically. I'm not an expert. I will make it very easy so that everybody can understand it. And that's why I'm starting here in my living room actually. It's our dining table and I will turn this into a workshop so you can see how you could make an easy home setup for yourself. Alright, so this is the workshop I just created in my living room. I'm going to show you which tools I'm using to work on these Macintosh machines, and I'm also commenting on where you can buy them and how much they approximately cost. It's really not that much of an expensive hobby. So let me start over here. This is a soldering iron. It's very basic. You can get it on Amazon for about 15 bucks. It's not that expensive. It comes usually with a case where you have all the tools you need, a desoldering pump, some wick, some solder wire and other tools. Over here is just, so this is a keyboard I already dismantled, but I will show you that in a later video. But below here I have a wooden box to keep some screws and other small parts so they don't get lost. Here I have a multimeter, which you need to identify electronic problems, especially if the power supply fails. This is a custom discharge tool. I'm going to explain it also in another video. It's basically a screwdriver with some wire. And here we have a basic set of screwdrivers. Very simple. The most you need will be the TX15. And one tool you might want to order, particularly for this, could be the TX15 long screwdriver. I'm going to show you that in a second. It's that one. You will need this to open up the cases of a Macintosh. Then here we have some rubbing alcohol, some wipes, WD-40, which you can use to get rid of rust and make parts moving again, especially if a screw gets stuck, some compressed gas to clean keyboards and stuff, some Q-tips, and this is some, well, actually from hairdressers supplies. You will need it to make the Mac look beautiful again. It's called the Retrobrite method. It's basically a compound with hydrogen peroxide, but I'm going to show you that in a later video. All I'm doing here is based on these books, Macintosh Repair and Upgrade Secrets by Larry Pina. This must have been a guy who did nothing else but take these things apart, look for errors and how to rectify them. He has created 2 books. This is a later one where he identifies specific issues and tells you how to solve them. All I show you will be done based on these books. I've learned all I know from them. You can easily find PDFs online in case you want to read more about them. This is the machine I'm going to be working primarily on. A Macintosh Plus 1968, like I said. As you can see, it's yellow, it's greasy, it's dirty, and it's not working. So if I try to power it on, it does, well, more or less nothing. I'm going to show you that in more detail. So part of this channel will be getting this back to working condition. Just to also show you right away how these machines can change optically. So here you see a yellowed Mac. Here you can see a Macintosh that has already been partially treated. So the front panel is already back in its original color, while the back case I kept in order to show you in the current condition. And over here I have a fully restored machine. So you can really see the difference and the beautiful platinum color it's supposed to have. I also want to show you some accessories I'll be working on. So here, like I said, you've seen before the keyboard I'm currently working on. This is a fully restored Macintosh Plus keyboard already. Here we will have external floppy drives I'll be working on. Also here one fully restored already, one dirty one, which is not working. And I'll also be working on these external hard drive, the 20SC. I already opened this up so you can see the hard drive in here with the power supply. For some reason I cannot make it work with my Mac, so this will also be a project I'll be showing you throughout this channel. Here it is, the Macintosh Plus, and in this first video basically I'm going to show you how to take it apart, and I'm going to name the parts we'll be working on in the future, so you know what I'm talking about when I talk about specifics of this machine. We have here a model number M0001AP. It's assembled in Ireland, which indicates that it's an international model. Down here we have the ports. So this one is for the mouse. This is for external floppy drives. This is the SCSI, SCSI port, where you can add on the external hard drive I've shown you, for instance. These you won't need, more or less, because these were to connected to printers, to, well, the early versions of the internet, but I guess nobody will hook up these machines to some sort of network. Here goes the power supply, the on-off switch. Then we have a battery compartment. Nowadays you don't use it anymore. Back in the days you used it for the storage battery to keep the system clock in sync. And for dismantling the machine, you first need to remove 2 screws, which are down here. That's why you need the TX15 long screwdriver for it, like I've shown you before, because this one goes all the way in here. And I've already taken out these screws, so I just wanted to show you. You have 2 here, then 1 screw is hidden here in the, in the battery compartment. I've already taken that one out as well. And 2 more are here. Now what you should not forget when you dismantle the Macintosh Plus, we have this switch here. It's to interrupt or reset the computer if the system gets stuck. Sometimes people keep forgetting just pulling this off. It's important because when you remove the case without having this removed, it will probably break. Here you can also see the original color of this Macintosh Plus, which it's supposed to have. Now I've put the Mac face down. That's why I've set up some towel on the table so it doesn't get scratched. And what I'm doing is I'm just pulling off this back cover. All right. And here we have it. That's the inside of this Mac. Now, earlier versions still had the signatures of the Macintosh developing team inside the case. I'll show you that because this one has it. So here you can see the signatures. Here you have Steve Jobs. Down here we have Wozniak. As you see, this case has already been tampered with in the past by somebody. And yeah, it's rather nice to see artists sign their work. Now, for some explanation, what we have here. Here is the CRT monitor. Now it shows here high voltage. They actually mean that because this old monitors, they store electricity and they keep it. So that's what we will be needing this manual discharge tool for, in order to get the electricity out of this CRT screen. Back there we have the analog board, the power board. As you can see, it's an international one. Some parts have been heavily corroded already. Then here you see we have the floppy drive. And down here, you can remove this part. This is just a shield. Down here is the motherboard. Basically, everything is hooked up from that side. So into the motherboard goes only the floppy cable and the power supply. So that basically was my first video. I just wanted to show you how to set up and give you an overview of which tools I'm using and what I'm about to do in this channel. This was like a trailer. You can leave me some comment and which areas you would be particularly interested in. Please also let me know in case you're from Germany, Switzerland or Austria like myself, if I should be doing videos in German. And I'll try to update you once a week with videos that are in the future more detailed and only related to one part or one process of reviving these old machines. Take care.